Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my design team project for my dear lovely friend Amy, who we know as CraftyCat here on YouTube, CraftyCat USA on Etsy. So I'm working on this journal where I'm predominantly using her torn paper and ferns kit, and as you can see it's gorgeous. I've matched it in with some of my mocha and chai kit, some of my faux fabrics set 2. I think that's it. Oh, I've put a couple of pages from my lily kit as well with Right Gone to Town, and I've also used a page from, I can't remember if it was from 1923 or something like that. I will remember, I'll have a look in a minute, but yeah, this is where I'm up to at the moment, and I've been using bits of this packaging. I've made a pocket at the back as well using it. Let's see. And yeah, I'm really loving, I only used a little bit down there. But yeah, I'm really loving how it looks. So I want to use a bit again. Right, I've done that tuck there, so I'm not going to do nothing here. I probably will there, which is just the one before the centre signature, but I'm going to flip ahead a minute because I've had an idea for it. Printed out mistakenly on this really flimsy paper that I just don't use. I might use it if I've got to send a letter and print off something like that and send off, you know, but I don't use it in my journals. I use better paper. So it got printed on this by accident because I didn't realise that I'd put the pile of old papers in my paper wrap and mistakenly put it with the paper that I do use. So I do want to use it. What I thought was I could kind of make like a long kind of tuck side pocket thing with a panel of this, like on this. I know it looks slightly different as well, but yeah, I just think that will look cool. So this, as you can probably guess from the circle, is packaging from a dinner service. I bought a small dinner service at Christmas time just so that we all had white plates, not a mishmash of this set that's got this pattern on and that's that set that's got that pattern on, because I break things. That hasn't cut properly. I break things all the time, as you can probably guess. Calamity Jane should be my name. As you can see from where I've just muffed that up, it won't cut in this cutter. It did though. I've broke my other one. I think you have to get it, yeah, in the groove. There we are. And then just give it a little bit of help. Give it a little bit of help there with scissors rather than just going completely wrong. That's it. Right. And I'm going to take off the really scraggy edge, which might just be better off trying to cut a straight line. It's not too bad. It doesn't matter if it's not completely straight. This kit's called Torn Paper and Ferns, isn't it? So I could have it a bit jaggedy and it don't matter. I'm going to turn it over and get where I've got a cut up here. So I hope you're all doing well, my loves. It's all good here at the minute. We've had my son's birthday. Yeah, everyone's doing good. I broke my other big cutter, you know, the one I'm always apologising for the squeaking. Yeah, broke it. It's had its day. But you got to admit, it's had a good innings. I've had it a long time and I use it all the time. Well, I did. But yeah, this little baby's been tucked away for ages. I had a box of spare blades and that, and I thought, I used to use a cutter like this all the time, so I thought I'll get this one back out and start using this. I think the reason I liked the other one is because, yeah, we have spare blades, like, because these blades, when we're using them as much as we do, and on the different types of papers and cards, we need to change the blades quite often, because sometimes it starts cutting and it's fraying. But yeah, that was the only reason really, me being lazy, because the other one never needs the blades changing, and the blades were still sharp, but it had been dropped so many times, and sometimes the end would pop off, meaning that it would all come apart. But I couldn't fix it. I just couldn't fix it this time, so I thought I'll get rid of it, and in the meantime I'll use the cutters I've got, and hopefully I'll replace it soon. But yeah, in the meantime I don't need to, because like I said, I got by with one of these forever, right? Well, not ever, but for ages, and there was no dramas with it. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I just don't like it, you know, like when it comes to the time when it's like the blades need changing and you go to cut something and it just frays on there, and you're like, ah, I'm going to have to print that whole thing out again. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens when I printed this out. I thought, no, I've printed it on really flimsy paper that I just don't think is good enough for a journal. So I keep anything like that, or if it's a misprint, if the paper ain't been put in straight, which I often do. Well, not often, but occasionally. Oh, I stuck myself to the Velcro. But yeah, when I have a misprint or something, I just put it in a little plastic pouch and label it, so that when I'm doing a project I can grab a little pouch like this, because I did print half of a journal on rubbish paper, but they do come in handy. I printed, well, not half a journal, because some of them are things I've printed and not used or whatnot from when I've used this kit before, but I haven't for a while, which is why I thought it'd be fun. Actually, I'll do that with the brush. And I really like going back and forth and getting, it highlights the grooves more. I really like it. So yeah, I've been playing around with this packaging, and yeah, looking at the butterflies and everything just makes you feel a little bit springy, don't it, after a long cold winter. Although saying that, it's lovely out today. It's quite warm, I can tell you. It's 73 degrees. I know that ain't not, but it ain't cold. When you think last week it was -7 and snowing, that's a bit mad, isn't it? Just a week later, and it's now 73. So yeah, a big difference. Right, and I've got a little new walnut stain from my lovely mate, and yeah, I'm just going to go around the edges of that darker one, because yeah, this is quite grungy looking, but I do like it. I think it's rather cool. But yeah, I've got my lights on and the big light on, but indoors it just, well, in this room there's only light coming from the kitchen, and we've got an arch going through to the diner, and yeah, you don't really get much natural light in here, but outside it's rather lovely. Right, I'll try and get a bit of that on this brush. And I'm going to just come nice and dark, so that yeah, you can see where them edges are, because I want it, I've got the book upside down, I think. Yep, right, I want it rather like that. Pull off that bit. I want it like that, and then whatever I've done with the other bit here, like that. I'm going to get a bit more ink on there though. Yeah. And that'll be a nice pocket. So, right, yeah, I'm going to get a bit of the darker walnut stain going around that edge. Just so it just stands out that little bit more. And yeah, I'm trying to get done as much as I possibly can, because my grandkids go back to school soon, and my daughter moved last year, and really lockdown and homeschooling has done her a favour really, because she could only get the little one, my grandson Jaden, into the local school, which is literally opposite where she lives. They didn't have any room for Lily, so she was going to have to travel back to her old school. So my daughter appealed, and they offered her a school in the area where she lives, but at the furthest part of that area that you can get from her home. So it's an hour away, like an hour walk. And she said that puts her in the exact same predicament than it does having an hour bus journey for Lily's original school. So, like, it doesn't help them giving her... I'm just rounding this off because I don't think it did it very well. I'm going to go both sides. Yeah, it didn't help her out at all. So, they're going back to school, and yeah, she's not going to be able to be everywhere. So I'm going to have to stay over there to help get... and her husband works all the time, so she's got to get 2 kids at school at the exact same time. It's impossible when they're an hour's distance apart. So, and he's got to take the car. So until they manage to get a second car, which they're hoping to do, I said it's only 1 week a month, because the rest of the time he works nights, so she has the car. But yeah, in the 1 week a month when she can't have the car until they get a new one, I said I'll stay over. I can take Jaden to school because it's literally across the road, and she can do the long journey that I wouldn't be able to do. Although I've got a bus pass, so I might be able to do that sometimes, because it does just mean sitting on a bus. The bus stop is outside where she lives, well, outside Jaden's school, which is literally across the road, and where it gets at the other end is really near to Lily's school, so I wouldn't have to do any walking. And I have got a frame that I can do on my own for when my son can't push me about. So yeah, I think we'll take it in turns, because she's like, oh God, bus journey that long twice a day. Well, 4 times a day, because it's there back. Like the child is only going there and then back at home time. You've got to go there and back in the morning, there and back in the afternoon. I don't mind sitting on a bus. Little secret, I quite like it, the peace. I sit there with a book. I'm looking, every time we get near, like when the bell goes, I'm looking to see if that's where I'm supposed to be, because I get lost in my little book or in a podcast, have a podcast on the go, and yeah, I like a bus journey, so we'll probably alternate. One do mornings, one do afternoons. I've got this lovely butterfly that I cut out from one of the pages that was printed on the wrong paper, but I'm thinking it's a bit too big for there. I've got some other little bits. Right, I'm going to do something at the top in a sec, but what I thought I'd do down here, wax melt. I can have either a butterfly or a bee, but I might do something with a butterfly at the top, so I might end up having a bee at the bottom. Just thinking what colour. See, that's a lovely green. I don't know, can't see many more of them or any more. That's a green. They're very different. Oh, why? I've got greens. It's not like I use them all the time. No, there's one there. Right, we've got two of them. I might have to mix two of them ones with the lighter one. I'll do that sometimes. Give it a stir with my pokey awl. That's it. Or the worldwide term is the pokey tool. Isn't it? Oh, I've got, that's more like a turquoisey blue, which is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but yeah, it ain't green. Right, no, that's more of a yellow. Well, isn't that funny? Out of all these lots, there's not really green, unless anyone could see it and I can't. Right, I'm going to have to do that, what I said. Right, and I really wish I hadn't tipped them out on the actual journal, but I might be able to, if I'm careful, get them back in like that. Right, yeah, don't do that again. Silly idea. Right, so I need to get a candle lit, and while that's melting, I'll pop it over there out the way so no one's catching on fire. Where's my wipes? I need them handy. Right, so up the top, down the bottom, I could have a butterfly down there as well. I was thinking something like that with a bit of thread. I've got some thread here hanging from a needle. Now, do I want the tied bit at the top? Let me see what it looks like if it's just threaded through, looking like it's sewn. Because sometimes I like to tie a knot. I can't even get it through the hole. What's wrong with me? The hole's massive. What is wrong with my hands? Right. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that for a change. Because, yeah, like I said, I normally tie it in a knot and have the tied bit. But no, we'll do that, put that back. Right, so I'm going to have that up there, it stands out nice in the yellow. Oh, what's smoking? Oh, dodgy candle. All of a sudden I saw smoke, I thought, Christ, I've caught something on fire. But no, it's just one of them cheapy ones, not a proper tea light. I'll get a proper tea light. It was one of the ones that came with it. Oh, and that's me covering up the light. Yes, them little tiny ones that come with it. I just had it all stored together. But, yeah, they're not that great. So I'm going to have that down the bottom. Probably with a bit of yellow, like gold gilder's wax to bring out the butterfly. We're having a butterfly. Oh, should I have a bee for it to be different? Oh, I'm so indecisive. Let's get something ready that I have decided on. I want one of Amy's numbers that come in. What we got here? Yeah, we've got a nice sequence of numbers. So I'm going to have that at the top while our wax is melting. So yeah, I'm trying to get in front with my videos. I'm going to try. Yesterday I was really worn out from a busy day the day before. Well, it wouldn't be a busy day to a normal person. It wouldn't have been a busy day for me a couple of years ago, but it wore me out so much just having to do something out of the ordinary and having my son's birthday as well, all on that same day, that yeah, I was all worn out. And yesterday I just spent most of the day in and out of sleep, just dozing, like yeah, in hibernation. But today, while I'm awake, I'm going to try and, well, obviously I'm filming now because I'm talking to you, but I'm going to try hard to maybe film again straight after, like just carry on and then edit and whatnot and film, not film, upload and schedule afterwards. I quite like that. I think that looks really cool. Right, let me get my butterfly, yeah, up the right way, yeah, so I can just reach it. Let me get my white ready. I think that's 2, but it don't matter. Right, I also need my pokey tool ready. I'll use that now to give it a little stir, get the greens mixed together. Right, and now maybe I should have gone with yellow for it to stand out. Oh, it's running everywhere. Oh, I can't put the book down, so I can't clean the thingy. Oh dear. Oh, can you hear the sizzle? Sorry. Right, that run everywhere. I could probably have got away with using 2, couldn't I, rather than 3. It depends what size stamp you're using, because this is a smaller one. Couple that I've got, like my lovely elephant one, and another one, stars and moon and that. Ah, that is pretty though. Yeah, they have a bigger base, so you have to use at least 3. But yeah, I probably could have got away with 2. But I don't mind how that's come out. I'm just gonna pick out the butterfly with a bit gilder's wax. Hopefully not muffin that up, because let's face it, it has been known, hasn't it? Right, probably not best to use that finger because I've got all Fabri-Tac stuck on that one. Let's try. Right, I don't want it everywhere, just a little bit. Oh, now I'm rather happy with that. Let's just turn. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think it looks rather cute. So that is one pocket more. I'm going to let that just dry a second and put the stamp away in that and the candle, just to clear my deck a little bit and make sure that everything's dry, and then we go back to doing a normal pocket. Right, I'm really happy with how that turned out. Like my little butterfly and the button and the number, and you get a strip of the whole list of numbers in this On Paper and Ferns kit, which really are great for like, look, little, oh, that's not one from the kit. See, like these, which are actual in the page, you get them. Look, see, I've used one there. I've used one there. Where else? Yeah, one there. Which I think is Amy's birthday. So let's go where we are. Right. Where was I? Yeah. I was going to do something here. So I've got this lovely little envelope that I'm going to use, which was sent to me by Amy. And I love it. So I'm going to use this. Because that type of thing, like, or paper bag, whatever you want to call it, bag, envelope, the one I did at the back, I can't remember if I did it on camera or not. I think I did. Yeah, I really like how they look, and like when you have the back bit sticking up like that. Yeah, I just think they look really cute and cool. So this one is, right, where was I again? Here. I think out of that paper, is it straw paper she uses? I think it might be that, because I have got a piece of that I was using. I forgot to turn the camera on and I already started. So I didn't end up filming that bit, but I made a double tag out of a bit of this straw paper that she sent me. But yeah, this bag is really lovely. Right, let's move this so I don't keep making it all a mess. I'm just gonna go around a bit more. Just bringing that in. And I might even, like we've got a seam here, I was thinking maybe a bit of like trim of some sort, but I might use a bit of that packaging again in a strip, and then just from there just put a little bit of trim on top of that, but trying to keep it a bit rustic. Right, I've not done any ink on there, have I? Right, let's poke something in there. Right, what have I got that I can poke in there? I just need, a bit of something, a bit of scrap, so that I can do that. That's it, without getting that bit all thingy. Although, on that seam there, I do want a bit of ink there like that. Let's get that in there. Not too much, but just a little bit like that. That's it. Not hardly going to see it, but we know it's there, don't we? And I use that side because that's not got really much going on, whereas this side I can use the words and that because I love how they look. Right, so I was thinking maybe a bit of this along there and then something over the top. So I'm going to try with my cutter. I really don't want the scraggy edge that much. It does look cool here and there, but I don't want it at the moment. So I might be better coming down the bottom, trying to line this up straight. Right. Oh, it's done it all good and then it went a bit peaked on at the end. Let's see. I could still use the bit where it's going a bit wrong though. Let's see what happens now. Yep, I don't mind that. I think that's rather cool. So we've got that bit done. Let's pull that bottom bit off and see where we are. Yeah, like that. So I just want to ink it, and it is a bit delicate in places, so got to be a little bit careful, but I do like how it looks when you ink it. Ah, look, I'm tearing it, see? Ah, I'm still doing it. Stop holding it there. But yeah, it it's all going to be glued down anyway, so it don't matter that I'm tearing it, because it's going to be glued like that. I just need to gently stroke it. Just right. I reckon that's all right. Just stick down like that. Yeah. Let's just do it. No more messing about. And yeah, then I'm thinking maybe a flower on here, or a butterfly, something. Let's straighten that up. I have used some ephemera from my Bee in Your Bonnet kit, and one or two pages as well, so we could even have a bit of bees going on. That's too wide, so I could just use something like that, a journaling card from the kit, but I don't want all of that covered up. Again, that's too wide, that's too little. Right, I think maybe, something like that, I'm thinking. Once it's got a good bit of ink all over its white bit. And it's just like a Tim Holt. Well, it's not like a Tim Holt flower. It is a Tim Holt flower from that pack where you get all the flowers and butterflies. I never used anything like that until Amy bought me this set that I've just bought for myself. She bought me the first set I ever had, and I loved it, and then it was all gone, so I just treated myself last month to a couple of little bits that I'd run out of. But yeah, I did make Jamie laugh, saying, oh, I might have to get more storage for trims. And he was like, don't you think you should use some of the stuff that you've got? And I went, oh yeah, I do. And he was like, no, really? Like, have you seen how much stuff you've got? And I was like, when you start putting it like that. This was from a misprint. This is a what's it face toadstool from the kit. I'm thinking maybe that coming up. Like, I used a couple from Edith Holden book. I'll show you. Look, I've got like this piece of ephemera. This is one of Gal Agostinelli's vintage ephemera, like my Papers Past kit, but American ephemera. So yeah, that's toadstools out of Edith Holden, and then I thought I could use Amy's actual ones, because I've got a couple from a bit of flimsy paper. Maybe that going that way. Yeah, kind of like that, going that way. I think that's the one. So let's try and work out positions. Right, so if I'm having that there and that kind of coming up there, do I want that like that. Trying to work out under or over. I'm thinking under, actually. It's all got to be inked around, and I'm just going to go straight in with the darker walnut stain. And yeah, try and sort of overlap one bit, and then maybe a number at the bottom or at the top. Actually, before I stick anything on, I have been trying to do bits of torn paper here and there, because the kit is torn paper and ferns, and so I have been using bits of scrap as layers here and there, and I do think they look really super cool. But yeah, it's all preference, isn't it? But yeah, where the kit is called Torn Paper and Ferns, and there is lots of layered papers, I've really liked doing that, like with bits and bobs. Right, so it would be like that. Yeah, so I've got to glue it a bit under and then a bit crossing over. I think I will have some trim at the bottom there, and I kind of like that hanging off. I think that will, under that yellow rose, just coming off slightly. But yeah, what we need is a little bit more ink at the bottom there. And yeah, I'm going to grab a couple of bits of paper because I do think it looks cool. So just making that a bit darker. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Right, let's see what we've got. Right, I've got a tiny bit that I didn't use earlier that I'm going to now. I've got some Edith Holden, and I really like the way her writing looks. So I'm going to have a bit of this, and what I'm looking at the minute is up the top here. So it's only got to be a strip. Oh, right. That I can use there, and then I've got, yeah, that little bit that's going to go up here, and then I've got a couple bits we can look at for the bottom, the main bit. Right. So let's see, something like that maybe. And right, oh, I have got a little fern that might possibly look kind of cool over, doing a bit over and a bit under. No, I don't know. Right, if I was having that fern, it's got to go that way. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Right, so we'll link around this. Get the little bit done first. Right. Oh. So let's look again. Right, so I've got that, or maybe that over the top and under. Maybe them next to each other a bit. Oh, now I'm not sure. Over. That's what I'm having. I'm happy with it now. I'm starting to get a little bit unsure of myself and overthinking it. Which I could have just done this with glue stick as well. But here we are, we're doing it with this. Right. come down, and then this one up here, over. Right, I'm happy with that. I might come back with a number or something, or little teeny tiny butterfly I might come back with in a minute, but I want to do this bit. Now, tell you what I've been loving, right? This coffee dye paper that I found when I was sorting out papers, a folder with papers in, and I'd forgotten that I'd coffee dyed, and I love how the edge looks, especially when it's inked up a bit. And I don't need it right wide because I just want it there, but yeah, I really like the edge. So let's see, get a bit. I don't want it going the whole way because I do still want to see some of this envelope because I really do like the colour. Right. That tear is awful. That's better. Right. See, like that. Then that. Yeah. So I want to ink that. And I just think it looks really cool. I've used it on a couple of bits in this journal. I did another pocket the other day. Oh, my son just spoke to me when I paused and was gathering. He was like, Mum, you know you was talking in two different measurements of temperature. He said you used Celsius for one and Fahrenheit for the other. He said, so yes, it was -7. I think in Celsius, and in Fahrenheit today it's 74.8. Yeah, in Fahrenheit. But yeah, the other day it wasn't -7 in Fahrenheit. So he said to me, and you know, if it was 74 in Celsius, you would be boiling alive. So yeah, he just told me. It's just that's what it's set at on my light next to me. My light is really cool. It's got a clock. And where these marks came from? Oh, soot. I've got soot on me somewhere from what's it called? The fire. The wax seal. The wax seal, not fire, you silly woman. But yeah, I've got a bit of soot on me somewhere, and I'm transferring it onto my work. But that bit's going to be covered up, and then oh yeah, look, I've got it down my nails and everything. I'm going to have to thoroughly wash my hands in a minute. But yeah, I was just laughing at myself instead. But yeah, I don't know what the temperature was in Fahrenheit last week. And I've forgotten how you change the settings on my clock from one thing to the other. It's built into like the base of my light, or one of my lights. So it's really cool for me. But yeah, I've changed the settings, and to be honest, if I sat there for a couple of minutes, I'd probably work it out again, because it had come back to me once I started fiddling about. But I just don't care. Things like that don't bother me. Right, so I'm going to have this at the bottom, tie in with the top. We're having that. That's going under and then over. Maybe we'll have that, the stem under. Just so that, yeah, we've got multi-layers. Yep, I like that. Right, so I'm going to have to stick that bit of the mushroom toadstool first, but not the stem. Oh, I nearly said leg then, but yeah, it's not a leg. Right, so I'm having that, and I wanted it slightly overhanging, didn't I? Right, so like that. Then I want this one. And then I've got to look for a little teeny butterfly at the top, or a little bee or something. And then I want a bit of trim at the bottom, but not all too fancy or nothing, because yeah, it won't go, will it, if it's too fancy? Right, so I'm having it going over that, then this overlapping that, and I'm going to push it up a bit so that I've got room there, a nice, like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch, say, so that I can adhere my trim there. I've got a bit of soot there that we're going to cover with a number, which is so handy, isn't it, to have? Right. Here we are. Got one. Yeah, and I'm going to have that there like that once it's inked. So get that on there. Oh. And right. Yeah. That'll go there. Oh, and that bit's not properly stuck down yet, so I can have that going under. And then, like, our layers are all kind of intertwined and that. I'm very loving that idea. So under, and then put that there. Right. And right, I want a little butterfly, don't I? So in with my butterflies and flowers, I've got this small butterflies envelope with the diddly ones. Right. Oh, yeah, some are bigger than others. Oh, I've got one in Edith Holden writing that I've cut out. No, because it won't stand out at all. Right. Come on, let's see. I want a bit, something with some colour. Ah, yeah. I know it's quite dark, but we ain't got a lot of choice. I could have a kind of side-on butterfly. No, I think I like that. Right. Put them back in there. I'll just sweep that one in. Right, oh, there's another. I think that's all of them. Right, we'll have him up there. Oh, I need a bit of ink on first. Just get rid of them white edges. Little bit of glue. Pop him there. Right, like that. And now I just want a bit of trim for the bottom. Right, I've got something that's suitable. It's not too fancy and fluffy and whatnot, but it just adds a bit of something. I might even go across the top there as well, just to make it a little bit more feminine than it is at the minute. But yeah, do you know what, right? I know we was laughing about my storage, and really it just means I should use more, but I do think for the storage I've got, I keep my whites and my like ivories and creams and that in the same box, and they're what I use the most of, and so I do have quite a bit. And with the smaller things like this, like I do keep them on like these paper kind of bobbins that I cut out, but some do slide under some of the bigger ones and end up under on the floor of the box because it's too full, it's too packed, that they won't stand up all side by side. And I nearly said, oh, I haven't got nothing. Like, this is what I was thinking of in my head, this kind of thing. And I nearly did I turned the camera on with holding another trim, saying, well, I didn't have what I wanted. And then I remembered that I did use this exact one the other day in this same journal. And I thought, I had like a little bit of it. I know I didn't use it all. So yeah, I had to rummage, and it was all underneath everything else. So I might have to buy myself another little box of, just to split up my whites and my creams, because I like to have a lot of neutral trims, because I'd like to dye my own as well. So I tend to buy a lot of white, and I never use white. It's all that I've dyed. This was coffee dyed, but I dye with alcohol inks and whatnot. So yeah, I might just sort something out. Right, I really like that. So where's that going in here? What way up am I? I'm the right way up. So I'm going to have that there. Could have it in the middle, or do I want it at the edge? I think I'm going to do it at the edge, because then there's still room to journal around there, or whatever the person who has it wants to do with it. But yeah, they do look nice in the middle. But yeah, for this time I'm going over the edge, and then you can still see some of that lovely coffee dyeing where it's pulled in certain places and not in others. And yeah, it just creates these lovely lines that I really like. I try and like dry my papers on different wallpapers and different textures, just to try and get these shapes, and not even like patterns like that, which I love, like the fact that I was able to get them results coffee dyeing. But yeah, just like this, where you're not seeing an actual pattern, but just where it's sort of settled in one place more than others, the coffee. I love it. Get very passionate about these kind of things, just little things that please me. Right, I'm loving that. So now all we've got to do is make a nice tag to go in there. I don't think I've got one. That's a bit short. I made this, look, that's the end, front and back from Edith Holden. But yeah, it's too short, but something that wide. So I have got another bit of that. Oh, I've turned the light off. I'm just going to gather. Right, luckily enough, I did find another bit, and this is just the inside cover of Edith Holden book. One's got brown, which I also kept when I dismantled it. This is the front and back, which I might use a bit of this on here. And yeah, the other one's got this, because one's the country diary in it, one's the nature notes. I can't remember which one was which now, what cover in, but I think they're both cool. Actually, I'm going to cut a bit of this long, because that type of pocket can have a couple of tags, can't it? So I'm going to use that as the base for one, and the other one as a base for the other one. Let's see. Yeah, that fits in nice. That fits in nice, perfect. Right, so we're on the way. So yeah, I think once I finish filming this one, I'm going to sort out that box of white and cream and whatnot trims, because I might be able to get away with still having it all in one box. It needs sorting out though, because ones have fell down, and that just annoys me, because then it takes me double the time, and the more I'm trying to look under ones, the more I'm upsetting the organisation, and more of them are either popping up or go slipping under. And to be honest with you, things like that do my head in. So, so yeah, I might have to just sit and sort them out for a little while. And I like doing things like that. I just ordered loads of closet organisation things because I haven't got a wardrobe, so it's not wardrobe organisation stuff. I ain't got a wardrobe. My bedroom's the littlest one because I only use mine to sleep in, whereas my boys, they've got like their game consoles and gaming chairs and whatnot, things like that. So yeah, I've got a little bedroom. And so out on the landing there is like a closet. It's not a wardrobe or a built-in wardrobe. So luckily it did have one shelf at the top and a couple of rails in there off to the side, but it's not practical. You have to pretty much get in it. You do have to get in there to get to the rails and stuff on the back rail. On alternate in the year, like once the weather starts getting warmer, I'll swap everything on the front rail to the back and vice versa. But yeah, it still needed more storage, so I did order boxes and things, and Annie things that you can put things in, all stuff like that, and all of that has come. So I've got to spend a couple of hours reorganising everything with my new storage solution. So I get so excited. I'm a bit like, what's his face, Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, just something like that. Just spending a couple of hours organising. I don't like it when you have to pull everything out and then you've got a huge mental mess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that is a bit that I really don't like. It makes me feel really bad when I know I've pulled it out and I know why, because it needs organising. But yeah, anything like that, like when I organised all my craft stuff, pull it all out and yeah, I start getting a bit of a panic, thinking I'm never going to be able to organise this. This is just too much. There's so much stuff. What am I going to do? My brain starts going into a bit of a meltdown, and I have to keep having breaks. But then once you're over the hump and you're getting towards the finish line, I start feeling all happy and everything. And yeah, once it's all done, I'm over the moon. Do you know what I mean? And I find it really therapeutic. But yeah, also I know it does sound a little bit crazy, but like in the past, when my life or my mind has been quite chaotic, being able to go to like my wardrobe or something like that, like in my old house, my life's not been chaotic really since I lived here. It was just a bit disappointing and daunting when I first moved in and knew that it was going to take so much time and money to get it nice. But in the past, when I've had like quite a chaotic mind, when I've been quite unwell with my mind, being able to go to the wardrobe and open it and look at everything going, all colour coordinated, organised as well as in colours of items, like all the trousers together, skirts together, tops together, in each colour, all of my shoes being in boxes that are see-through, that I can see them but they're all stacked and that. Being able to open them doors and take a couple of deep breaths looking at the organisation would settle my mind. And I know that does sound really mad, but that's my personality, that's what I am. And when things are chaotic, oh, I hate it. I can't bear it. So yeah, I do love a little bit of therapeutic organising time. So I think that's what I'm going to give myself this afternoon after filming this. Whether it's just, I don't know, 20 minutes or whatever, organising craft supplies, or whether I go the whole hog and go and pull out that big closet and reorganise that. I don't know what is coming, what I am going to do, but one of them things are happening this afternoon. And right, I'm going to make that edge slanted to go the way the other things are going. Hang on, I'm going to tear it in half first because I don't need all that that's hidden. That can be used on another one. But yeah, it's a little treat for myself doing a little bit. I sound so mad. Oh God, I really shouldn't share so much of my mind, but it's who I am. You know now what I'm like. But oh, I do sound crazy, but it's just, yeah, that's how I like it. Like one of the things here in this house, I'm lucky to have this big dining space and that, but as far as kitchen cupboards go, we ain't got enough for us. So yeah, that's a bit of a thing that sort of can stress me out a little bit, because to get to something in the cupboard, like to cook, sometimes I have to like pull out half a dozen different things before I get to the right pan, or like get into Tupperware to store extra food that I've cooked, so that we can freeze it and whatnot. There's not enough room. We've not got enough cupboard space. So yeah, that quite stresses me out. So I tend not to cook as much now as what I did in the old place. Plus as well my health, like the boys take it in turns, they'll have turns of cooking and that, or my daughter when she's here, which, yeah, I think it's a number of things. My health don't help, and then yeah, also that it's not as easy to get to things as it used to be, and yeah, things like that stress my little mind, my tiny crazy mind. Oh dear. It's a good job I can laugh at myself though, isn't it? Right, that's not really going to stand out there. I really did fancy it though, with just having a bit of writing somewhere else. I think maybe I'll do that on the black, because it's too samey. So they're not black, what am I talking about? On the brown. Right, on here. I might even just leave that like that. I might put a number, because I do love these numbers. Right. And then I'm going to have to go. I can't do the second tag because not that I'm rushing off to go and organise, but my boys need to get in the kitchen, so I'm going to end with this tag so that they can crack on and do what they've got to do, and then I'll have a little bit of organising time, and then I'll probably film again, because I've got to get myself in front again. Because I get myself in front and then I have a few like lazy days or days where I'm just too tired, and then the videos catch back up and I'm not in front. But in order to go and stay at my eldest daughter's, which I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm actually allowed because it's part of helping with the school run and whatnot, it's like that she needs it, because otherwise they'll fine her for keeping her daughter off, whereas she's been homeschooling like for the last year. But yeah, to go and do that, and I'll stay there for 5 days. I'm so looking forward to seeing my babies, but I do need to get in front here. But right, bit of trim for that. Let's see. Just tear some off. There we are. Bit of this. I'm just going to use that. It was a bit of fabric that I tore off. I used some somewhere else in this journal actually, but when I wasn't filming. So let's see, I don't want to waste it. Right, that's it. Oh, right. No, I'll keep that bit, don't want that bit. Right, and that tag will go in there, and then the little brown one will go in there, just in front. So I really like how that's come out. Oh, and what else did we do? We did this one as well, didn't we? With the little thing, I forgot I'd done that. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to go now, let my boys get in the kitchen, do what they've got to do. And I'll be back with you shortly. Love you all loads. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon, darlings. Bye.